Stan?
I have one recommendation for improvement of the film. After we see the opening sequence the second time, I'd love to see that sequence that Richard Leacock was asked to shoot. And the style, I think it would be a devastating error.
Very good. That's a very good idea.
You're
All right, Saturday morning, August 24th, discussion with Frances Flaherty. Okay, then we'll have it.
Flaherty's actual filmmaking took place not in the camera, not on the cutting bench, but in the projection room. Here he would sit, running through reel after reel, over and over again, panning for the gold nugget. And the only criterion for the recognition of this nugget was his own bare awareness. Then John goes on elsewhere and says, when seeing rushes, it is easy to see and reject the shots which are failures, which are lifeless. And Flaherty had a very high proportion of such failures. These having been rejected, the second stage of selection came, and here the difficulties began. During these viewings, nothing existed for Flaherty except what was on the screen. Gone was the moment when he took the shot. Gone was any preconceived idea of what he wanted for the film. Gone were any notions of good photography or of focus or of exposure. In the theater, he would sit for hour after hour, smoking a cigarette after cigarette, concentrating wholly on the screen. During this long, tedious process, there was no shape to the film, no beginning, no end. Imperceptibly, shots would start to sort themselves, migrating from one film can to film can, and gathering like molecules around a nucleus. But there was no conscious thought about it. Then one day, months after the start, Flaherty would suddenly realize that he was looking at a sequence. It was a peculiar sensation. One day, a mere collection of shots joined up together. The next, a perceptible semblance of a sequence, seemingly self-generated, organic, belonging. And that, so far as sequence was concerned, was the end of the second stage in the making of the film. The third stage began similar to the second, but more demanding in patience and perception. Again, the projectionists would work day and night. They would have endless strips of paper which they would insert in the reel of film on the projector when Flaherty pressed the buzzer in the theater. Cut that shot in half. Take out that long shot. It's dead. From the first germ of life, the sequence would start to grow up. First, the internal life in the individual shots, then the internal life in the sequence. I recall one sequence growing into this way into life, and then it seemed to wilt and die, stillborn. And so every shot had to be broken down and shuffled up, and the reel put back again into rushes. Well, that'll give you a general idea.